Hey everyone, it's Caleb. Our topic for the week was coming out. My coming out story kind of has a couple different parts to it. So, I always had the feeling from when I was a little kid that I wasn't the same as everybody else. Uh, so, that was fun. I can remember going to bed when I was, I don't know, man, 4 or 5, and we'd say our prayers, and I'd wait until my mom and them would leave the room, and then I'd get back down on my knees and I'd pray that I'd wake up and be a boy, because I knew just things didn't click right, and I knew that I was different. And so, I mean, I've known from a very, very young age uh, that my insides didn't match my outsides. So there's that. Um, and the first time I'd ever said it out loud to somebody, uh, we took a group trip down to Arlington, Texas to go to Six Flags. And me and my best friend were sitting in a hotel room, and we were just chit chatting, and finally got drunk enough, and I was like, dude, I gotta tell you something. And I told her, and she was like, no, it makes complete sense. That's awesome, was very, very supportive, and said that if I ever needed anything to let her know, and she'd do everything she could to help. But that was coming out to friends. I came out to a few other people after that, but I still didn't start living full time at that time. Um, family was hard. A couple years ago, I was sitting out on the back patio with my mom and my grandma, and I think it was Memorial Day weekend. And my grandma was talking about the Tyra Banks show, and about how she had recently had a bunch of younger, like kids, like under 10 kids, that their parents were allowing them to transition. And she said it was just so cool, and that parents were being proactive about everything, and it really blew my mind. Um, but she didn't understand it, so I, of course, just without even thinking about it, started spouting off information about it. And my mom just looks at me and she goes, ah, um, said, not until I'm dead. And without thinking, I just said, I can't wait that long. And so the subject was left alone for a little over a year. And I lost my dad uh, June 16th, 2012, the day before Father's Day. He had a heart attack in his sleep. And that emotionally just wrecked me. Uh, I called my mom within. I mean, my mom knew because I called her and told her the day that it happened. But I was sitting out on my tailgate of my truck drinking, because that's what I did. Um, and I was talking to her, and I was like, "Mom, I gotta talk to you about this." I said, "It's I got hit in the head. You know that you guys aren't gonna live forever, and I can't not tell you this about me." And I told her, and I caught her off guard. I mean, she knew because of what I had said before, but my mom's one of those type of people that if she doesn't have to see it and we don't talk about it, it doesn't exist to her. So it was that was a very interesting conversation, and most of it was me, because I'm the type of person when I'm on the phone, I can't sit still. I have to pace around, and so I was in the back of my truck, walking in the bed with a beer in my hand on the phone, talking to my mom out in middle of my neighborhood about my transition and everything about it. And by this time, I had already come out to my wife, and she was awesome about it. I came out to her earlier in the year. That was actually really, I mean, it was hard, but it was really easy in hindsight, because she was willing to go with me on this journey, to making everything together. Like I said in my intro video, I couldn't have done this without her. But she's always been supportive. My mom is supportive, but she's one of those out of sight, out of mind kind of people. So if I don't talk to her on a regular basis, then I get called by my birth name. I have to like police her Facebook or what she posts on my Facebook, because sometimes she'll get it right, sometimes she'll get it wrong. I don't know how else to say that. I mean, she's special. But I came out to my stepmom and them about the same time, right after my dad died, and they didn't get it at all. They didn't, or at least they didn't seem like they got it. It was interesting because they just had never been around it before, so they didn't understand. And I actually saw my stepmom for the first time last weekend, as well as my sister, in almost 2 years. And in the hour that they were here, there wasn't one pronoun mishap, no name. I think for the most part they didn't even use pronouns, which I would prefer no pronouns and no name to calling me the wrong name and the wrong pronouns, but that's just me. Um, but I mean, it was good. And the weekend before that, my brother came over, my older brother came over, and when he left, he sent me a text that said, "I love you, Bubba." And I was like, that's a big step for that side of my family. Like, I can't even explain it. But coworkers and stuff that I'm getting more and more now, where unless they've been told, they don't know. Um, and I'm probably in the same boat with a lot of guys. I'd rather not be outed. If I'm going to tell you, I want to tell you myself. Um, but when people find out, I never would have known. You pass so well. I've had guys say that I appear more masculine and present myself more masculine than they do. Like, it doesn't occur to anybody that I'm different, which I don't see myself as being different, but it's flattering, I guess, to an extent. I'm pretty much an open book, so if anybody has any questions, then I never turn down an opportunity to educate, because we can't have enough information out there. Um, so I don't know. I think that we all go through coming out for years to individual people, and uh, I don't think it's just like a one and done type thing. I mean, some people go stealth after they've had surgeries and everything else, and I don't know if I'll do that after my surgeries are complete or whatever, or if I'll stay out and be out. I don't think it matters. I think that's a personal decision for everybody. I mean, I understand some people have to stay stealth for work reasons or whatever. My work knows, but that's just because I was friends with my boss before. I started working there. Payroll department has a field day. They get confused every time a new person calls, and they're like, why does this person have two names? But I mean, nobody. I guess I was blessed in that aspect that I didn't really have anything too bad of a time. My mom just frustrates the hell out of me sometimes, but she at least sometimes makes an effort, which is more than some guys get from their family. But yeah, that's my coming out stories. Talk to you guys later.